I'm back in League of Legends. So I delayed the start a little bit because our top laner supposedly left the room but was still able to lock in. This was during ban phase, so we were kind of curious, does that mean they can come back? There we go. So yeah. Anyway, we have Lissandra mid, Darius, Yasuo. Kinda tempted to go Malphite or someone who can really stack armor. Got Renekton top, so we have our tank, we have our AP. I can be flexible here. Okay. I don't know what's going on here, but... Cho is actually kind of tempting here. Yeah, let's do it. It could be fun. So, Graves jungle, Kog'Maw bot. What does my caster jungle have? Attack speed? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna go this one, and you can see my page here real quick. You're gonna have to pause it. I won't have much time to explain, I'm afraid. But otherwise, I want Strength of the Ages. That way I can really stack some health. I'm gonna be going Cinderhulk, not Runic Echoes. Yeah, we're gonna have a really beefy team, so we have to watch out for that cog. Thing is, since he's pretty immobile, I have the potential to land a Rupture on him. Now that I think about it, I probably should have went Kha'Zix or something. Huh, new art for Safari Caitlyn. But anyway, let's see. Bond of Stone for Thresh, that's a little interesting, but... Lifesteal galore here, wow. So the bad news for Yasuo is if Lissandra can root him, or... Yeah, rooting would be ideal. I can follow up with my Rupture, my Silence. Basically, one of the reasons why I chose Cho'Gath into the team as is they were building a team of 80 casters. Not sure if you noticed that. So my Silence will do wonders at interrupting their combos. Plus, I kind of wanted to try Cho'Gath ever since new keystones, new jungle item, and stuff. I'm going to be going for a Talisman start since Cho'Gath deals AoE damage with his E. And my jungle item is going to be... I'm probably best off taking the Stalkers, to be honest, even though Skirmishers would be a lot more fun. If I were playing someone like Nocturne or even Kha'Zix, yes, I would go for Skirmishers. And I'm going to go refillable because of Cho'Gath's sustain. I think he can handle it. Cog here. There we go. And no one says anything about humble Blue Cho.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
At least you find it hysterical, Cho. But anyway, since I last played Cho, I don't think anything on him has changed other than his icons. They might have changed his feast somewhat, but I just think it's the icons. Kind of, yeah. So this will deal additional 25 damage, and then the additional damage from this, we'll see how it all pans out. gonna go Rupture second because it has a lower cooldown and more damage. 95 versus 86. Rupture has the... Yeah, that's right, it does have a 1-to-1 AP ratio.
Minions have spawned.
Oh yeah, caster page, in case you're wondering, attack speed red's 1 crit red, that's why I have 1% here. AP quints, some armor yellows, and MR blues. Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention to what they've been saying. I'll just look at it after game. Okay, thank you. Should die to burn. No, it's not. Problem solved. There we go. Now I'm hitting all 3. Let's get this ticking. And now the slow, tedious part where I have to beat this thing down. So with Rupture, I can take the Scuttle Crab. Because I can also do these pretty easily. That's right, I'm running Spell Vamp and Lifesteal.
First blood.
No, this. Yeah, let's just grab this.
An ally has been slain.
Without a silence, I can't really do much against Yasuo at the moment, since he can just E out of my Rupture.
An enemy has been slain.
Now, I don't know if I'm going to go for Nashor's Tooth this game, because I usually like to.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Okay, got some revenge. And I'm hitting all 3.
Double kill.
Wow, nicely done, Kate. This has probably been taken. Does Graves' shotgun no longer do anything to this? It's gonna juke. Saving my Rupture for that. Don't go in. I hate it when my teammates are closer and they're slower to respond than the enemy who's further away. Okay, let's grab some boots. So how's Cho's mana regen? I never really pay attention to this. 8 base, that means with the jungle I'm going to be looking at 20 without the blue buff. I don't think there's anything to be found here. I do need to make my way top since... Oh, he has just a Giant's Belt? who's been boosted. Next auto's the kill. You're dead.
An enemy has been slain.
She needs to net over the wall.
Shut down.
She suicided a tower. Oh, minions got her. I'm gonna try something top, even though I did want to go back right now.
Has been slain.
Anyway, that's enough for my Cinder. Okay, my jungle clear is going to be considerably faster now. And I may actually be able to clear this fast enough to where I don't need to use a lot of spells, and I can just use Carnivore to keep my mana pretty topped off. And the Cinder should kill the small one. Okay, my feast is back up.
An ally has been slain.
They went a little too deep.
An enemy has been slain.
By the time I get to top lane, the feast should be up once again. He needs to get out of there because Lissandra isn't helping him. She already ulted and everything, there really isn't anything she can do. And since she's stuck around, she's just a free kill also. She's gonna die of bleed or ignite. Why is Kate up here? And Poppy.
An ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
We are really in a bad spot right now.
Your turret has been destroyed.
And in case you're wondering, the dragon is fallout from our bot lane going top, when they had no reason, zero, for going up there.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I ain't get anything off Yasuo somehow. If he got close enough to me, the Cinderhulk would start damaging him. But anyway, I've had my fill here.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'd like to say we have late game, but the fact of the matter is we don't. So that's our top tower gone. We already lost the bot one. How fast can I get mid? won that fight. Yes way. So I'm betting Renekton's just on tilt at this point since he's now 2-5. The good news is Cog is still farming like crap. Bad news is he's getting kills. And hey, their team got to us faster than our guy who was closer. And he's still not coming. If Renekton doesn't want to play, he shouldn't play. That's all I can say. Now let's go for these. Why'd she stop attacking?
Shut down. Enemy double kill.
That didn't connect. point on, we're going post-game comm. So, to explain what's going to happen here, at this point I kind of realized, okay, I need to play a more active role than just being like a peeler. As such, I do need to pick off certain people, and I need to be as disruptive as possible with my silence. So I maxed that second because the duration does scale with rank, and to be completely honest, when you're dealing with a team of heavy casters, Cho'Gath is just an amazing character to somehow squeeze in if he's going to be jungling, top, or even mid. That silence is just so much of a hassle. But anyway, after this video has been recorded, some of the new AP items have been revealed, and I'm going to talk about those after this fight. So right here, Darius trying to be the hero. We have to take away about 70% of his HP. And from there, that's one of their heaviest hitters out. But we need to actually deal with that heavy guy. And down the tubes he goes. So unfortunately we lost Renekton there, and you can see that I went ahead and used my spells to disrupt Thrush, to follow up on Poppy's CC, and we basically layered our stuff as Cho'Gath is intended to. So Heroic charge into the wall for the stun, that led into Rupture, so we can knock him up and then slow him. And then the silence to just flat out immobilize him. And you can see right there how terrified Kog'Maw is of me. He burned his flash just to get away. He kind of knows the danger. But anyway, for this team, I do want an Abyssal Scepter. And if you're wondering why, the only source of magic damage on the enemy team are going to be Thrush and Kog'Maw. The additional effect of the Abyssal Scepter is that it provides magic resistance reduction, which synergizes well with my Cinderhulk, most of my damage, Renekton's Sunfire Cape, his ult. I don't remember what else in his set is magic damage, but Lissandra has magic damage, and I believe Poppy still has some, but I'm not totally sure on that. So it's just an all-around amazing item for us. So right here you can see that I didn't go down too easily, but unfortunately we don't have as much vision as they do at the moment. Plus Renekton is still off in the middle of who knows where. So the whole Renekton thing is one of my biggest gripes for the game so far. In case you haven't noticed, he is using a Black Cleaver and Sunfire Cape. Now if you're wondering what's wrong with this, he doesn't really have any source of wave clear. He has the Sunfire for lingering damage, which barely even cuts it for Shen, and well, old Shen, I mean. He just doesn't have anything to clear the waves, and he's trying to split push, which doesn't make sense. Basically, the role he's trying to fill sharply contrasts with the build he's going through, and the team is largely suffering as a result. And I did want to talk about the itemization there, but right now I have to get, I believe, a triple kill. So, down the tubes. And I should explain Feast. I don't know when that received a change, but it is different. Even if you execute an enemy champion, you do not actually get the half spell cost back. Or not cost, but it's cooldown, that's what the word is. So I ate Darius, there goes Yasuo. I'm going to kill Graves here for the triple. So you don't get the half cooldown refund, but the thing that you do get is 2 stacks. So if you notice how many stacks I had before that fight, eating Darius gave me 2 instead of just 1. So it's hard to say whether or not, well, I can actually give a verdict. I would rather have the cooldown refunded, to be honest, so that I could hit them with 2 feasts in one team fight instead of just 1. Later on, Feast is going to be about an 800 true damage nuke. So, Darius and anyone else who tries to go tanky, they have no mercy for me. But going back into itemization, the Abyssal Scepter is an item I like to get on Jungle and Show, and even Lane Show. I mean, wherever you send him, an Abyssal Scepter is just an amazing item for him. It's getting changed so that's less of an offensive option, more of a defensive option, which is kind of good news for Cho. But the thing is, they're also tacking CDR onto it, which is kind of bad because Cho is really good with a Frozen Heart that provides 20%, and in my build I have the Nashor's Tooth for the remaining 20% to max me out. So when the AP itemization changes go through, the Abyssal Scepter is going to be 10% on my Frozen Heart, that'll give me 30. And I'm not entirely sure where the remaining 10% is going to come from, but I'm probably going to swap out building Nashor's Tooth for a Rage Blade. By the way, right there you may have noticed I hit level 16 and I didn't notice my ult is yet to be maxed, so I put the point into Rupture instead of Feast. As a result, my PvP damage is significantly lowered, but in terms of PvE, the Feast doesn't scale any. So right there, Kate beat Cog in a duel. Unfortunately, she died to the Cog passive. And Cho's Rupture is so devastating to a dead man's plate if you didn't look at how much movement speed Darius lost. He got the slow from the dead man's, but then he also got the whole momentum penalty that comes with getting CC'd while that's up. So check out my health right here. 1 hit point. Poor Thresh. So in the end, I end up surviving, and if you notice, Thresh has a Zerat portal built, but the thing is, he never uses the active effect. I never see him drop it anywhere. And he's really going to rage out at his team later on, but like, he's just doing a crappy job in terms of supporting. He's going to build a dead man's plate if he doesn't have it already. I was keeping tabs of his build during the game because pretty much I went quiet so I could focus more. And if you're wondering what's so bad about the dead man's plate, the advantage it gives is that he can move faster so he can land more pokes. But the thing is, he still needs to be relatively utility oriented. And by that I mean, we have so much damn magic damage, where the hell is the Aegis? It could be a Locket or a Banner, it doesn't matter. He needs that instead of the crap he's building. But anyway, right there I'm looking at the refund I get from Carnivore. But yeah, my Cho'Gath build is going to be changing once the new AP items are out. I don't know how much so just yet, but we'll see. Since they are throwing CDR on a lot more items, instead of getting the Azonias that I'm going to be getting here, I could get something with the remaining 10% so I can feast more.
An enemy has been slain.
So once again, Kate won the fight, only to die to the Cog passive. I haven't noticed a trend here yet. In case you're wondering, for the final battle, I have to take Cogmaw out so that doesn't happen. Right here, they're getting teleported behind, trying to ping, hey guys, watch out, Darius is there. He's going to be in a really good position to just start dunking people like no tomorrow. And here I am, I finally arrive on the scene, just as Poppy knocks him out of my Rupture. But he doesn't get to dodge the second one, although Poppy almost knocked him out of my Feral Scream and still didn't connect. Right there I use Feast on him, and then Lissandra secures it for us. I don't get anything off Thresh, but it really doesn't matter. The thing is, we took out their top laner, their big tank. As a result, they can't really do anything to stop our siege. In case you're wondering what exactly Darius did offer, the way it would work is he needs to pull one of us in, and that's going to pull them into range for, say, Graves, Cog, and maybe even a Thresh Hook. And his goal is just lock one of us down while Cog and Graves beat on us. In the event he can't actually do that, then yeah, it's not a very good Darius, I'm afraid. So we got an inhibitor, we also got a tower. Unfortunately, here I'm getting close to full build. I will say right now I did forget to enchant my boots. I think during the game I was kind of torn on which ones I want. Do I want captains and lead the charge? Or potentially like stick to Kate, and then even if our guys get too far ahead, they get a movement speed buff all returning to us. I could go distortions, but I'm not really using my flash that much. It's not as important on Cho as it is on quite a few other junglers. Alacrity would probably be what I end up going with, just so I can get positioned better. Fear, not so sure. Then home guards are no longer an option, but otherwise those probably would have been the single best.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
So unfortunately I couldn't steal the blue buff, but we have them in a bit of a defensive position, so we can go ahead and take the dragon. Key thing here is my flash is up, so worst come to worst I can flash over the wall to safety, and right around now is when the enemy is going to start getting enough smite damage to offset my feast. My feast will always be a little bit better because it has an AP ratio on it, but it starts to get comparable. So right here, Poppy comes to the realization that I came to about 20 minutes ago, where the whole split pushing thing is slowly screwing us over. The thing is, late game does favor us on account of them having so much AD. It's just, there's no incentive for us to split push. Renekton did not build for it, the character itself isn't actually that good for it, and with as far ahead as Kate is getting with Poppy, Renekton, and myself, we are just this massive tank line. Our team fight is ridiculous. For some reason, our team refuses to take advantage of it. So yeah, we could have won this game a lot earlier. It's just sloppiness. Anyway, since I'm such a big tank here, I can go ahead and just endure this while Lissandra makes her way over. One bad thing about this current build is I'm not actually going to have any form of regen. So I guess if I need that remaining 10%, a Spirit Visage would not be bad once the AP items get reworked. But we'll see.
Your team.
So in case you didn't see what happened there, he got a Thrush Lantern at the last second to throw him to safety. You can see Thrush right over there. And right here, we need to just pressure them while Kate pushes the bot lane up. In the event we could have gotten a lucky pick, that would have been better, but right here we're trying to serve as a distraction. So Kate is saying something about that, unaware that by keeping this lane pushing, they'll have to send someone over to the mid lane to clear the minions. And that will stretch their resources thin for us to exploit over here in the bot lane. Since she's behind us, she can afford to be alone. For the rest of us, we want to be moved up just in case they decide to engage on us like this. So I killed Thresh with my knockup and my scream. I'm going to go ahead and eat Cog. Once again, I told you I have to take him out of the fight to save my teammates. Now, unfortunately, Graves is going to kill me here because for some reason the tower just does not want to let off me, and I lose more hit points than I'd like. The thing is, he will be paying for it with his life, so I'm not too worried. So while he did get 2 kills, the important thing is they're going to lose an inhibitor for that. And if they could lose any Nexus turrets, that would be even better. Right here, Kate made the correct call. You want to get the inhibitor in this situation while Poppy gets the tower force. And in reality, this is when I have no excuse left for not upgrading the boots. So both of them are down, and the 2 lanes are open. Basically, it's up to us when we want to go ahead and make the final push. And you can tell from the time remaining in the video, it's getting there. So right here, you're gonna see Cog blow it majorly. Poppy comes back. Heroic charge, the Q, and then the snipe. Since he tries to go after Kate, he actually can't get there in time, and that just leads to Kate getting to safety, and he doesn't get to do anything with his passive. Now the thing is, I wasn't sure where Renekton died, but it looks like he tried to go into the base and maybe backdoor something or another. Not the wisest of moves, and he does pay the price as a result.
An ally has been slain.
So right there you can see we trade Lysandra for Darius. Not really a good deal, since we do need someone to lock down Graves. Now, if you look at their items, they're stacking Mercurial Scimitars. Basically, every single one of their AD guys has that to try to get out of Lysandra's ult. So even though her stats may not show it, there's no arguing she made a huge contribution in this game, and unfortunately with the amount of magic damage we have, it's actually a really good thing for the enemy team to get those. It helps them so damn much. So, Thresh wanted to be the hero. Unfortunately, right here I'm going to get piled on with all their armor shred. In the event I had a Thornmail, I might have been able to reflect a little bit of that better, but with Graves' Black Cleaver, Cog, he has his Q, and I don't remember what Yasuo had offhand. But yeah, in that particular instance, my defensive stats just vanished. Right here I was looking through my items for something that I may want to sell for something else, but I need the Frozen Heart to slow Cog and Graves' attack speed. I guess if there were like one item I could probably part with, it would be the Nashor's Tooth, if I could find something to give me enough CDR to compensate. Actually, hold on, I think the Zonia's is getting 10% CDR. So yeah, I guess I could really swap out the Nashor's for Rage Blade, which will speed up my clear tremendously. It'll give me the offensive stats, the attack speed as I stack it, and as I get higher and higher up, the attacks start to become AoE. So yeah, I think I'm going to try a Rage Blade show game once the items come through. Anyway, right here I'm getting a quick stack of my old passive, and I'm just clearing this so I don't have to worry about it in the top.
An enemy has been slain.
I really don't want to take the blue buff because I'm good for CDR. I have a big mana pool anyway. Kind of want to leave that for Liz. So right there, Claw got outplayed. And then K gets ambushed. So she's taking it in stride. But hopefully by now you can see the big problem we're still having is that we haven't had a team fight yet. With 3 tanks, it should favor us so damn much. Plus, that's not even counting all the CC we have. We have Poppy for Peel, Renekton can stop them cold, and with my silence and my knockup, I can really interrupt their combos. And then if any of them get low, they go down the tubes. So right here, sadly, the gold is going a little bit to waste. I tried to walk away so that only Renekton and Poppy would get in, that way they could get closer to full build. Right here we get a lucky catch on Darius. Like I said, I used the silence to stop any sort of combos, a flash escape, I used the knockup to lock them down and slow them so they can't run away. Then once they're low enough, just feast. Just like that, they lost their main tank. Because I sure as hell am not counting Thrush as the main one. just trying to zone them away from the inhibitor. And we can go ahead and help ourselves to the next one to further increase our pressure. This is going to be the final battle. So right here I'm going to use my silence to stop Yasuo. I'm going to end up eating Braves, don't worry. And then I have to make a sacrificial play. So right here with Cog, I'm taking his damage and I'm trading them. You may say, hey, you could have used the Zonias to survive, but if you notice, I'm the one who killed him. He died to Red Buff. Had I used the stasis of the Zonias, I might have survived, yes, but the thing is, a teammate probably would have died in my place. So right there was the sacrificial gambit for the win. Right here is Kate's duel with Darius. And that's game, folks. Cho in the jungle. When we finally got our team fight, there we go. So it was a much closer game than it needed to be because everything was in our favor. They may have had Cog for late game power, but we just had the tanks that would give him a lot of trouble. And we had the CC to lock his ass down. So if you look S rank on Cho, I didn't have any chests to get, which is more incentive to come back to him later on down the line. Right here, with the way Thrush built and everything, it just blows my mind. Like, you're the support. You shouldn't be building like that. It just doesn't make sense. Plus, with all the hooks he missed, you really shouldn't be pointing fingers. So right there you can see Renekton ended up taking more damage than me. In terms of healing, my passive kept me topped off, but I was number 2 for damage done, which really surprised me. So I'll leave things with one last line in chat, but that's it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.